95% of people may not be able to digest the principle involved here and will tap out, not being able to watch this video all the way through, and will lose vital information. Thank you if you watched my last video to do with the word thorn, pupa, pupil, and heath. Masonic clerks use the allegory in many words, keeping us bound in poverty by the terms we use. And it's shocking just how many layers there are to these terms in allegory. From the dictionary, we saw that pupil is also a synonym for ward. So let's look through the dictionary and see what we've agreed to be called in allegory and how that affects us. A ward of the state, somebody under the government's protection or control. Also, ward is used as a body of guards from the base word, weird, meaning turn, keep safe, and showing direction, as in towards or onward. Also linked to worse, and war, in principle, charge, as in, and under the care or control of a guardian. The charge also means to push forward, as in attack, amongst other things. Also linked to wearer, as in wearing, vestis or clothing, and wear, as in turning a ship. Turn again here in principle, link to wear, as in wearing something, as in vestments, clothing, and the wearer. A person with hair or a beard of a specified length or style. This links as to the origin of civilization, where Enki from Mesopotamia would groom and bind others that looked like him but were easily herded like cattle, chattel. And he created human from clay. As he made them dwell in the mud, they were easy to turn, probably easier with all those rings in their beard, to grasp and lead. Also, they were easily malleable, mentally weak, empty-headed. This links in principle with the words warian, ward, and wear. Pottery, made of clay, or manufactured articles of a specific type. Commodities, a vessel, hollow container, empty-headed maybe. This links to vessel, and vassal, a retainer. It would take too long to pick apart the word terror, linked to earth, but already, in principle, ward and monster are linked. Ward, an area of ground enclosed by circling walls, again, to guard or protect. We have homage, allegiance, as a subordinate vassal, a retainer of property, subordinate to dominant lords, because we have taken an oath. It says not to take an oath in the Bible, but we have pledged allegiance, becoming in a bond, a bind, and used as a pawn, bound, bondi, nowadays bound only by our words and used as commodities. In a bond, monsters, worn, monere, as capital, money or other assets owned by a person or organisation. We are seen as bovine, cattle, chattel, of a person of their manner, comparatively sluggish or stupid, animal of the cattle group, human. You can see my other video about bondi, and how we have agreed to terms that describe us as ruminant animals, just regurgitating Jesus' word, not processing it. The word ox comes back to boy, as in pupil, ward, the way they say we behave. And we agree to those terms. We are draft animals, used for physical labour and day-to-day tasks. Meat, just a foot soldier. My video, 100% proof, it's not a global conspiracy, explains about the principles of dominance in pine trees, about peon and pine. But basically we have taken a pledge against Psalm 82, a pledge that we are pecuniary chattel, ruminant animals, subject to their will, as we are divided and agreed. We are less animal, and they are lords, and we should just do what we're told, as we are heathens. This is the Minotaur's maze, a man with the mind of a bull, trapped by a mental labyrinth of words used to control society, through allegory. Accepting these terms makes you turn. Warren, these principles they used to speak about in mythology. A myth is just a way of conveying principles in history. In Latin, we are considered Cretan. We've already seen how a human is an empty vessel. We've been turned like a ship's hull, wherein, linked in principle to, horn and thorn, moth, off the heath, a mass of individual, persons, persona, mask, pupil, ward. All these terms are used to make us individual, particular, grain seed, of Abraham or Jesus. All you have to do to turn is agree and say again the terms that reject James 5:12, signing that you are an aggregate, a community of confident individuals, head of your own affairs, who will get things done no matter what, to reach the peak of your performance, and you will be surrounded by money.
Capital must protect itself in every possible way, both by combination and legislation. Debts must be collected, mortgage is enforced as rapidly as possible, when, through process of law. The common people lose their homes. They will become more docile and more easily governed through the strong arm of the government, applied by a central power of wealth, under leading financiers. These truths are well known among our principal men, who are now engaged in forming an imperialism to govern the world. By dividing the voter through the political party system, we can get them to expend their energies in fighting for questions of no importance. It is thus, by discreet action, we can secure for ourselves that which has been so well planned and so successfully accomplished. Montague, Norman.
It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. Henry Ford.